If you have an S25 series and you like running beta software like I do, I enroll most of my devices in the beta software. And actually, beta software fixed the overheating problems with this S25 Ultra. When I got it, it was on One UI 7. This thing would get hot no matter what I did on it. I don't even play games. It would get hot. It would get hot just sitting there. And I enrolled in One UI 8 beta. Boom. All my heating issues gone. So Samsung's got a pretty good track record when it comes to beta software, and it looks like the next version, One UI 8.5 beta, is right around the corner. Now, I found this online, and here's how we know. And I'm gonna have the improvements, what you can expect when you do enroll in One UI 8.5 beta. But hang on just for 1 second, because this is breaking news. The S25 series has just spotted the first One UI 8.5 beta build on the test server. And you got the build version right there. Big things are coming, folks. Share the news. That's what I'm doing. And what Samsung does with their One UI beta, once it hits the test server in the past, meaning the past few years, as soon as a brand new beta version hits the test servers, it's typically launched to the public, and or a beta program is launched to the public within weeks. So if you want to test Samsung's next upcoming latest and greatest beta software, you can do it. Now, typically, I think you enroll from, it's not available now, but trust me, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep you up to, as soon as it's launched, I'm going to enroll mine, and I'll let you know when you can enroll yours and where you can enroll it. Because in the past, you would have to use the Samsung Members app. Maybe we're going to do the same this time. I have no clue, but and that is good news. Now, let's get to some of the changes that's in One UI 8.5 beta, right? So there's some interesting, I have a graph here to show you exactly what changes you can expect. And let me pull that up right now. So here is what you can expect with Samsung One UI 8.5 public beta. The launch is imminent, and there is a camera mystery, and I'm going to show you a picture here shortly, and we will jump into that. But the beta build spotted on internal servers, you have the build number there. Device S25 series, timeline internal spot November 2025, that was today. Predicted launch early to mid-December, approximately 2 to 3 weeks. So 2 to 3 weeks from today, we'll have One UI 8.5 beta available. Now, here are some of the features. Now, these are not all of the features, but these are some of the features that, because when these builds hit the test server, developers pull that, and they go through the code, they see what's changing, and here are some of the changes that you should see. So other key features that you will see, some key improvements, is smarter Wi-Fi, real-time, what does that say? Real-time data priority, and AI auto switching. So you're going to see some AI, some more intelligent data management, right? Which could save on battery life, right? Help with battery life. You're going to get seamless eSIM transfers. Thank you, Lord. iPhone to Galaxy or Galaxy to iPhone without carrier intervention. Thank you. eSIM is such a pain in the ass, and yes, we are eSIMstudios, and I do love eSIM. The only thing I hate about eSIM is switching eSIMs, is switching to another phone. It is a pain in the ass. Like, we're in 2020, basically 2026, and we still have to, if you want to, I switched to eSIM from my Pixel to my iPhone. It's a pain in the ass, right? It needs to be smarter. Now, iPhone to iPhone, it's a breeze. But once you implement an Android in the eSIM switching, it's a pain in the ass. And we're too far along to not have a seamless eSIM transfer, because when you do switch an eSIM, you got to get on the phone with your carrier, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to jump in the chat with them and say, hey, I need a new eSIM, can you send me a new QR code? No. This new way that all these manufacturers are working on, and I'm glad to see Samsung implement this in the One UI 8.5 beta, and it will be on the public stable build, and eventually you'll see Nothing do this, you'll see OnePlus do this, you'll see Xiaomi do this. It'll eventually catch on to where all you do is scan the, you scan a new QR code on the new device, and boom, and it switches your eSIM like that. So thank God Samsung is implementing that into this. I cannot wait for that. Now, before we move on to the camera mystery in One UI 8.5 beta, here's one thing, and I'm going to add Samsung in this video like I always do, or whether it's Google or whether it's Apple, but here's one thing I want Samsung to implement, and I haven't gotten any word on this, and as far as I know on YouTube, I'm like the only person talking about this. It's a big deal to me, and I think it would be a big deal to you if you experience, and I know a lot of people didn't buy the phone, but the S25 Edge, the battery life on that thing is insane, and it has a relatively small battery. Samsung implemented the AI battery algorithm in that phone specifically. It uses AI to intelligently basically extend your battery life, right? Because it's got a small battery. I got better battery life on my S25 Edge than I did on my S25 Ultra. I just did, and I had videos that prove it, right? Now, what's the difference? Because it's almost the same size, but the S25 Edge has like 60% of the battery this does. Well, it's that AI battery algorithm that they implemented in the S25 Edge, and they said moving forward that they were going to implement this new AI battery algorithm in all future flagships. Now, and that's all they said, right? So we don't know, is it just going to be maybe the S26 Ultra, or is it going to be in the S26 series, the S26, S26 Plus, S26 Ultra, and then moving on to the S27 series? Or can Samsung throw us a bone, another one, and implement the new AI battery algorithm in this One UI 8.5 beta so we can get it in the S25 series? That would be badass. If they could find a way to implement it somehow, I would really appreciate it. It's actually astounding. It's phenomenal. My brain can't even comprehend how they do that, or why they wouldn't implement this feature on past flagships as well. Or shoot, any phone that can handle that AI algorithm, they need to throw it on there ASAP. It makes all the difference in the world. It's astonishing the battery life it saves you. So I haven't heard anything about that. I'll stay on top of it. I just hope, because that's one thing. I was like, well, if they implemented it on the S25 Edge, why aren't they putting it on like the Ultra in a update? Right? It's the same phone, basically the same CPU. The Edge has a 7-core 8 Elite. This has the 8-core 8 Elite. So you think this would be able to handle it. But we shall see. I think I'm going to install this beta on my phone as soon as it gets available. So we'll see. But let's move on to the camera, because there is a camera mystery. The two major camera changes is, apparently there's no more single take in this One UI 8.5 beta, and there's no more dual record in this One UI 8.5 beta. Dual record is where you can simultaneously record front and rear cameras at the same time. And then your single take that is missing in this beta is a multi-capture mode, which is absent in the latest test build. Now, let me show you something real quick. So here is a screenshot from the One UI 8.5 beta build and their camera application. So when you go to the camera, open up the camera app, slide over to more, and then you have all your camera options. Well, guess what's missing? The dual record in the single take. There was a tweet from Sam Mobile that said the first internal Galaxy S25 Ultra UI 8.5 beta firmware and latest Fold 7 test build lacks single take and dual record camera modes. Is this just a bug, or is Samsung planning to replace them with something else? We have no idea. I love dual record. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't use it all the time, but when you need to dual record your selfie camera and your rear camera at the same time, it's a game changer. it is freaking badass. Again, I don't use it that often, but when I do, I'm like, man, this is freaking cool. And then I don't use single take that much. I know Pixel has that where you can take a bunch. It like takes burst shots. It takes like 10 photos in the span of like a second, and then you can pulls the best one out of that burst, the best quality. You know, if somebody's blinking or slightly moving, you get a blur. It'll take the best photo, best quality out of those 10 and then present it to you. So I don't really use that. I just point and shoot. Quite honestly, I forgot it was there. It sounds like a good idea. Pretty cool. Maybe I should use that, right? Well, don't get too used to it because it might be gone. Maybe people don't use it that much, and then they're like, well, we can do away with this. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bug, or maybe they're gonna implement something else. But I really, really like dual record, and not many other phones have that feature. That's the thing. That's why I think Samsung needs to keep dual record, because the Pixel doesn't have that. I think they just implemented it in the iPhone 17. Let me check. Okay, so Apple did implement their version of dual record in the iPhone 17 series, or at least the Pro. It's called dual capture. Dual capture. Now, what you got to do is, if you got an iPhone, go to the video, open up your camera app, scroll to the video option on the bottom, and then go up in the little dot menu up here, and then just simply select dual record. So that'll record you from the selfie camera and whatever it's seeing from the back sensor at the same time. It's really, really cool. If you haven't tried that, try it out. It's really cool. So I think they need to keep it. So hopefully it's just a bug, or hopefully they're tweaking it, or maybe that specific feature was broken when they release when they're tweaking this build. But once it reaches public beta, hopefully that feature will be on there. It'll be one of the first things I check. So good news if you're a beta user. One UI 8.5 shall be out soon. As I mentioned, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be all over this. We're going to do a review. I'm going to show you how to install it, everything. So appreciate the time, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.